The countdown begins. Let's get our race on. Welcome one and all to the first week of the playoffs for Final Fantasy V Career Day 2022. We have our modified standard settings with half experience points, modified elemental weapons and spell weapons, one free tablet, and Worlds 1 and 2 open. Goal is to beat the game, just get past X-Death in this castle in World 2, open up World 3, and with 4 tablets, the bracelet, and the anti-barrier, get into the void and kill Neo X-Death. Sounds easy. It's not. But we have many tools and many abilities to get our way to there at the very end. We go. Again, I'm the Seal of One, and doing your commentary. Tracking with me is Kigalas. We're taking care of the business and making sure what gets grabbed is lit up. Alright, most races begin by going to Castle Tycoon and raiding all the things here. We have like 4 or 5 treasure rooms and a hint. Again, several hints in several locations to tell you where to find certain items, where not to find certain items. There are hints that tell you direct hints that give you a generalized idea, and hints that tell you that this area is barren, and this kind of location will not have any goodies. Alright, we're just finding Hero Song early. If they can find Sing, that's a great way to boost your levels and be stronger. Angel Rings are good money. So early on, if you find a good ability or a good class to buy, you can sell that powerful endgame item, make some money. Two-handed, very powerful if you have a strong weapon. Cursed Shield is very powerful defensive, but it cannot evade. But if you can't be hurt, who cares? Alright, and Dryzalizer gets the first hint as a Z, but meteors being of no value. So meteors will have items, rewards, but nothing that will take you to the end of the game. The goal is to find Path to the Void hints. Path to the Void hints tell you tablets, bracelet, anti-barrier, or chain items that take you to those things, eventually giving you the items you need to win. Let's just raid the castle, head back to World 1. Mostly heading back to... Nope, we're at the tool. Zman, however, is World 2. Zman's went to Licks. Not even that, he's going to Hero Valley. So he's going to raid Hero Valley first, get all the treasures up here in Hero Valley. It's a very higher powered area. So you have many chests and many good items. Dryzalizer doing the check at Pirate's Cave, which has one really endgame check for a higher than average value to see at the beginning of the game. So you've been finding lots of gil in Hero Valley. Dryzalizer finding a very strong axe, but again, no berserker, hard to use. But again, you can sell it for about 10,000 gil. So, Chemist. All right, Chemist is a big find. Chemist has access to the Mix ability, which is one of the, I'd say, game-breaking abilities, which you know, expand your level. Basically, against new X-Death with Mix, you can ignore some powerful attacks and get yourself stronger to damage him. And in combination with Summoning or Guild Toss, you can do massive damage very quickly to end the game before he has a chance to cast any of the big spells. So Chemist or Mix is one of the more integral things to find early on in a race. So to the end of Hero Valley, we're going to find a few more chests. Dryzalizer going full Chemist. They want Mix as fast as possible. Level 3 summon for Zman gives you some access to abilities if you find those summons. And time level 3. So level 3 is across the board there. Alright, Dryzalizer having the tool now. Tool has a few freebies, another hint, and the beginner house, which gives you about 4 or 5 free chests. Has some interesting abilities, nothing really useful. Zman heads to a town. It says Walls is on the path to the void. So the Walls Kingdom, the Shiva spot down in the basement, is probably going to lead you to an item that gets you to the void directly, a tablet or a bracelet or anti-barrier, or a chain item that will take you to a future place that will have a reward. Wow, and finds a mimic. So Z-Man goes to Mua and is pondering long and hard. Resets. So Mimic is strong, but might be other things to find. So in More, we have that little hidden chest there. Normally in the game, that's the Chicken Knife and the Brave Blade. You choose one or the other. Having Golem is also a big deal. Golem stops physical attacks and makes a lot of mid-bosses and end-bosses much safer to fight. Alright, white suit versus mine. He's taking the white suit. Good defensive abilities for a mage or a softer class. Dryzalizer also learns that desert failures are no value. So deserts and meteors. So the Sandworm Bait and the Great Pyramid will not give you an end game progress. And for rewards, especially the pyramid. Ooh, ninja for sale, tool. Which Dryzalizer pick up. Alright, so he's now raiding Kuzar Castle, the tablet. So you get 3 choices here. You get 12 powerful items. You can move 3 at a time with the tablets. There's Guild Toss, one of the endgame abilities. There's Bahamut. And Leviathan. Alright, so you can choose your endgame. You can choose... Oh, running shoes are great too. Guaranteed haste for one of your characters. You sort of match it too. Flare Knife strong. Flare knives are easily equipped by most classes, and the Flare Knife can cast Flare, so very strong, and possibly they proc for big damage afterwards. Flare's big damage and not elemental, so you can hit any boss then do relatively good damage. And Guild Toss is a good safety bet. And Z might be coming back here later on. If Z finds a summoning class, the class itself for a 4 or 5 ability, might come back here and pick up Leviathan and Bahamut. Meanwhile, keep shopping in the World 1. We're seeing Phoenix Downs now, ready to revive herself. Intensive cabins we saw before. Get yourself on the map. So you can fight the bosses, heal really fast, get back to the fight. Z heading back to World 1. Ooh, Dryzalizer buying a lot of thunders. Dryzalizer bought the ninja class, which has throw as the base ability. Good spells. Float stops earth attacks and damage from tiles. Regen is good for healing over time. And I believe the third one was... what was that ability? So many things at once. I think it was Slash, which is the instant kill ability. Elvis, thank you for the raid. Welcome to our first week, our first match of the first week of playoffs for Final Fantasy 5 Career Day. Alright, Z-Man also finds Ninja and says, yep, I want Ninja. Buys that too. So both racers have Throw at their disposal. Another hint. The Torrent Canal is Ifrit's fire, so the library is split into 2 parts. The front you get to without a problem. The back, Ifrit's fire, to get past a certain bookcase. So Torrent Canal is a very early spot in the game, which opens the library up entirely. So some racers don't like to go to the library until they have that item in their back pocket, do the whole thing in one go. So Dryzalizer has the option now. Lots of cabins. And Revivifies, which are zombies, very uncommon in this game, but you're mixing. Revivify is one of the key mixing ingredients for 2 or 3 of the big end game abilities. To increase your levels, increase your elemental power, Revivifies, and actually to stop instant death attacks. So Revivify plays in all 3 of those mixes. So you want to have a whole bunch of those. There's my Shell in the big guard house. Shell cuts magic damage in half. Against certain bosses, it's very good. Dancer's strong. Dancer, basically trying to get Dancer with a powerful dagger and a few of the Dancer items to make Sword Dance happen. It's 4 times attack power. So Dancer can be a really powerful class. They're pretty quick too, so they're pretty fast and they hit really hard, assuming the RNG is in your favor. Let's see, man gets his hints and heads out of Tool. See if Z-Man does more shopping. The Dry's been doing a lot of shopping around. He's going to the Pirate's Cave now. Didn't get there before. Ooh, finds equipped sword. So Dryzalizer might be doing equipped sword with the Dancer. And you can get your hands on like a Brave Blade or a Ragnarok. Very powerful sword with the Dancer. Really multiply that sword dance ability. So you can also find Chemist here and ponder, do I get Chemist and some really grinding with Chemist to get that mix ability? Or do I keep my ninjas on in good combat? That's in the World 2 now. We'll also head to Kuzar Castle and raid that sealed treasure room. We'll see if Dryzalizer does the same choices. See, it's back to the starting goal point. And we'll try. Nope, no looks as well. So both races are doing all shopping and all exploration right now. No combat yet. This game means to be a boss rush, the randomizer here. So you basically go forward and find all bosses sequence. Early bosses are pretty soft. Wind Shrine, Torn Canal, Ship Graveyard, North Mountain if you want to go up there. But mid-game, end-game bosses are a little scarier. World 1 bosses cap usually around, on the overall, about 2,000 hit points. 2,000 hit points is the worst case scenario. If you find access to the Lanka runes and go up in the sky, I believe the Assault Cannon's 8,000, 10,000 hit points, and Archaeovis is pretty dangerous as well. So, a lot tougher spots in the ruins up there. World 2 has a few soft spots in front of Val Castle, and Big Bridge is a little soft. Move Waterway is not too bad in terms of damage-wise, but at level 1, level 5, you're not going to do enough damage. No matter what you have, take those spots there. So you have to fight these soft bosses first, then if you find a boss that's soft, it's a weakness. If you find a boss that can be killed instantly, if you find a boss that has a very blatant elemental weakness, you can take advantage of that and try and hit a lower weight class for combat. You get a lot of experience points fast. Alright, Dryzalizer has enough shopping. Let's get fighting. Northern Wind Shrine. Got a few goodies here. Recovery. Find a few treasure boxes here. We'll find our first boss on the 4th floor. Oh, Chemist abilities on the chest here. We found drink before, we found medicine before, so Chemist is being piecemeal to us, bit by bit. Chest here for Dryza. 10,000 gil. Here's the first boss. Who we got? Leviathan. Don't be terrifying. Thankfully here only has 300 hit points, so it goes down a heap. It's not bad, because later on you see Leviathan with more hit points. Leviathan counters 1 or twice of the physical attack. There were big waves. Find steamship keys. Now steamship below Karnak we accessed. Which gives you access to the steamship and to Karnak Castle. And the castle has a few chests there that have higher tier items. All the monster chests have really high tier items. So you search the castle, find those boss fight chests. The monster fight chests, you can get good rewards. Crystal's not so good. Not too much there in terms of items. Some gil, basically. Some gil. Make some money off that stuff. Teach you the power of the flare dagger. It hits pretty softly, but then procs for 1,000 damage flare. And our organizers put this little balance here. We have lower experience points, lower gains, so we're slower and weaker usually. But with these elemental daggers, these spell daggers, and weapons, we do more damage by proc. So it's kind of a balancing factor. You're weaker as a party, but have much stronger ability in terms of your attack power. Alright, Dryzalizer has a Torn Canal. That's Liquid Flame. Again, see the Flare Knife doing work. So Flare Knife can kill this boss in one shot. Alright, we know this is Path of the Void. So what's our hint here? What's our item? Ifrit's Fire. Actually, no, I was wrong. This is the Ifrit's Fire hint. So now we have full access to the ancient library. As you fight Torn Canal, you get to the ship graveyard. If you're to leave this graveyard beforehand, you have to go back to the canal to get back here again. So you're trying to do it in one go. You want to do the second boss and third boss in one sequence if you can really help it. Otherwise, it takes a lot of time to get back here. Both the races are very accomplished. Zman and Dryzalizer, I think they're both 4-1 in their racing. So they're both very high tier racers. Not quite enough to get the buy, but scary enough that you face them, you want to take it seriously. Gil. I haven't seen that find lots of Gil. So lots of money early in the game. Very good. See again. Gets a flare dagger, gets a flare proc, and kills the boss. It's right behind Dryz now. Right a minute apart. And the early game will be kind of similar. They'll be doing the same path thing, same bosses. Middle game you'll see a little different. You'll see, what do I gamble on? Do I want to do a longer check and if my opponent does that later on and puts it off, do I get an advantage by doing that faster? Or do I prep myself differently than my opponent? Am I get the void or get to a nasty boss? Am I unprepared because I chose this class versus that class? This is the end of the ship graveyard. Who awaits the siren spot? Hey, it's Greg. Gilgamesh 2. Gilgamesh 2 is probably going to do one big counterattack here and then run away. Blood dies, as is written. There we go. It's Shoat for reward. So not a game-winning item per se, but Shoat if you have the summon power for it. Petrify is at a pretty decent rate. So if your boss against being turned to stone, you can kill a boss in one go. Tries taking the airship down south, heading to Carwin. A few barrels here to check, a few more shops to look at. Early game, towards going to all these little chests here, all these little barriers and stuff, all these little pots and stuff, just extra money, extra gil. Later on in the game, once you're established, you might want to skip treasures. If you think you can beat the game what you have, if you're well set, you save time on not looking at treasures. But in the meantime, early game, all the gil you can get your hands on. There goes Zman's power, you see that just straight up killed Gilgamesh 2. So whereas Dryzalizer had Gilgamesh run away and did not get experience points from it, Zman actually killed Gilgamesh and got a reward for the fight. Tries to find a break in Carwin's shop up there. So if Shoat's not your option, you have break. So you fetch 5 by casting black magic as opposed to summoning. So you have 2 ways to get that ability. That's the ultimate boss of the game. We're seeing the optimize, which decides for you, here's your best items, and it's usually wrong. There's the ultimate going to the shop there and seeing break saying yes, don't know if I do. So we have 2 things, we have break and we have slash. And we have Shoat in the back pocket as well, so we have 3 ways to do instant kills certain bosses. So the abilities to use that. And that doesn't get for Dryzalizer, northbound. So normally the race should be going from here to meteors. You do the first 2 bosses and try and find, let me go to the meteor and get some free kills. We know the rewards aren't good for meteors. We also know that they're lower levels and lower experience points. We're not as strong as we would be. So level 6 is going to be hard pressed to fight a meteor spot. Then again, with the ninja and the flare dagger, might get lucky. Meanwhile, let's check this boss. Ooh, Shivan the Commanders. Thankfully, Liquid Flame gave us this flame scroll. So very good luck there. So the boss gave you the tool of a nice boss. So you got very lucky in that one. Ooh, another tablet. And the Kai's Knuckles. So a big attack power boost to the Kai's Knuckles. And tablet too. So more access to Kuzar, and we're halfway to being able to go to the Void. However, having access to the Kuzar Castle says not important enough. Nothing really good to go back for right now. Just keep going. have its fire. Let's do the entire library in one go. Just using them to throw items and using them to get the scroll. I believe Z actually killed it on the tornado phase, which gives you a different reward. So I don't think Z-Man got the scroll in that fight. So we're seeing how this fight's a little trickier now when you're actually doing combat proper. And never mind, just flat dagger. Goodbye, boss. Equip there here. All ninjas. Previously had some chemists, we learned mix. Got one of that class, now we're going all ninja. Ninja, ninja, go ninja, go. Push keys in roll 1. So the big bridge is locked as the game starts up. You can find the key, you can fight that boss there halfway through. Tries taking notes. Down to the library. Z-Man finds his tablet. And sees the card and says, yep. Get them a ninja. Do more damage. Alright, as we're walking around here finding new goodies. Welcome new viewers to our Final Fantasy V Career Day tournament. Playoff brackets, we're doing our modified standard flags. Half experience points and no, special weapons and element weapons. So, a little twist on the normal standard settings. Soul Cannon. So, a very slow boss that 2 attacks on the side that punish you and make you old and weaker. And the main cannon itself eventually does a really big attack. Hey, Galera! Machine diverged now. Z-Man is going to a meteor of heat. He's fighting this boss. Whereas Dryzalizer is heading over to library. There's a little different paths here. Here you call. Alright, Dryzalizer finds a here you call, which Hint said Path to the Void in the library, but it could be the first boss or second boss. So is that here you call, which takes you to the Zeta fleet in World 2? Is that a red herring? Or is that actually important for you? NCZ's reward there, but nothing on my tracker, so I imagine it's nothing too important. An item of some use, but not really important. Thank Kilos in the background. You see things light up in the tracker. Thank Kilos. Alright, drives into the bottom of the library. It's Odin. So Odin in any spot in the game is basically the same thing. Just kill Odin really fast before he decides to kill your party. Skill toss is effective. Odin goes down. So no experience points, but a fairly safe kill. But for the power ring, so we're now confident that the Here You Call is actually important, because the other item is just one item. So, Library to the Void means that Here You Call is also to the Void. So Desert Fleet will give you a tablet, an item for Excess Castle, or perhaps another item to chase as well. Taking the steamship key, go to the steamship. So now we have steamship and Carnage Escape. So 2 bosses and a lot of treasure. Z-Man is saying to refuse to be. It's not Val. This is oh shoot, I forgot the castle's name. But not Val Castle. Go me. Oh wait, no, it's actually Walls. Z-Man's going down the walls, but we have the hint for Walls Castle having the Path to the Void as well. Yeah, I thought we were in Surgate. I thought we were in World 2. The wrong song for that. Alright, so the steamship has a lot of chests as well. You see Dryzalizer wants to go raid the whole thing. It's a little out of the way sometimes, but good loot to be found there. Zman heading down to the Shiva spot. If you go to the back of Wall's castle around the canal, you find underground the Cave of Shiva. Dryzalizer receiving most of the treasure. Right for the boss. Gilgamesh won! So another Gilgamesh fight that gives no reward because usually he runs away. Unless you kill him one shot. Kills him one shot. Alright. Zman has managed to get blood from the stone there. He's killed Gilgamesh twice in 2 fights. On the anti-barrier. Now we have access to Ethos Castle basement. So we get to Excess Castle in the basement and check that spot as well. Anti-barrier opens up Excess Castle. The bracelet lets you unlock the illusion and get to the bottom of the castle. So you need both those items to deal with X-Death in World 2. Oh, we find Stalker. One of the nastier boss fights. So Steamship has Stalker here. Stalker constantly switches locations and can Mind Blast, which is very powerful right now. Ooh, we have Sleep Sword though, so we can probably lock down Stalker in one spot. Those clones will keep attacking. Alright, we're learning from the Z-Man screen. The reward here will be the shrine page. Everything running in stereo. Alright, so Stalker is down proper. The clones now have to be killed. The clones will kill themselves eventually. They'll fade out. Sometimes they act a little weird. Sometimes they fight some more. And then remember, oh right, they're supposed to go away. There they go. Alright. We have time to raise a party. Everyone gets their experience points. There's Dryzalizer using these sleep swords, sleep daggers, to good use against Stalker, who is weak in sleep. Mid-game, end-game boss, but has that opening vulnerability to sleep. Hey, shrine page. Who would have thought? Alright. Just in the chat here, we have our links here to our brackets for the tournament. We have our schedule. Discord, which is actually the main place to track the event and play other things there and see our past events. Also the site Career Day is how you play the game properly. Make your seeds. You're free to investigate yourself, try different settings, try things random, and just enjoy yourselves. The game's a lot of fun. Final Fantasy V is, of all the Final Fantasies, the most variety really. You can choose your abilities, your classes, you can challenge yourself, you can say only certain classes, only certain abilities. A lot of ways to play this game. Alright, Dryzalizer takes down the Karnak Escape. We're seeing one of the big chests here. Wonder Rod. So, Karnak Escape has a lot of chests. 2 of them have enemies, and those boss chests that are locked behind enemies give you really big rewards. So he's saying to Kelb. Got a lot of shops to Kelb, but moves on pretty fast. Tries to good luck finds another monster box. Alright, Z-Man is trying to go to Battle Castle and fight the boss up front. So, Battle Castle is a boss about 3,000 hit points. Usually a pretty soft spot. We'll see how well he fares. Try to find his 3rd boss chest. Wing Raptor. First boss is here. That's a pretty free fight for Z-Man there. Tries to has the 3 big chests and says, I'm good. Grab 2 freebies and get out of here. Oh, it's Minotaurs. Do we have the assassin dagger to throw at him? That's right. This spot's pretty soft. Minotaur mid-game, end-game can be a real problem. But right here, not so bad. The Minotaur did hit Ferris, not Lena, so missed the wrong sister. Mirage Radar. That's a big deal. So once you get to World 3, you have access to Mirage, which has about 6 really fancy stores with really strong items. Also access to the Black Chocobo, which gets you to the Bahamut spot in World 3. So Mirage opens up a lot of power, and one more check to do. So see, Dryzalizer done a few more checks now, but he's at a higher level, because he is stronger effectively. But Dryzalizer has more knowledge and more accomplished. Yes, Mirage has 2 hints. So if you're still looking at that last little item there to get past the end of the game, Mirage is not bad. Dryzalizer finds Galura. Yeah, Galura's gimmick is that Galura likes to counterattack twice. A lot. So, if you're not prepared for it... Ooh, gets lucky. Alright. Fast takes all the experience points. Alright, Zman and Rugor. Gotta check out the Pub Wizard. Who tells us the Mirage Radars in World 1. So Z-Man's hints are just behind Dryz's actions, apparently. One is learning, one is doing. Alright, so you're gonna head to the waterway here. So a little pathway here, about 4 treasure chests and a boss. Dryz is now shopping at walls. Alright, Z-Man parking over here, so when you beat the boss here, you end up on the right side. So if you don't want to do the warp shard again, you can just park your airship over there and walk back to it. Alright, Dryz heading to the Shiva spot. Z-Man's taking on a bigger game now. Z-Man's more levels and a little bit stronger. Taking some bigger bosses, trying to make some progress. Alright. What the boss is... It's Shoat. It's a terrible thing to fight, because every time you attack Shoat, it petrifies you. And I don't think any softs yet. It's probably a wipe. Yep. Z-Man says I'm not fighting that. Not yet. Shows a very powerful boss. It's heavy, kind of instant killed. Cast Drain, so if you're not doing a lot of damage, you can restore its health. And the constant counterattacks with Petrify. Just, you know, if you double attack it, X fight, X magic, it'll counterattack twice. So you can't really cheat it. Because of losses, we're at the Crescent Island. We have chocolate before us with 2 items. We have the island itself. Ooh, break sword. Get a sword magic up to level 4. I think it's 4 for the break sword. You can guarantee a kill on stone weak bosses. Tries to find Gilgamesh 1. Again, does not kill Gilgamesh. So whereas he had the extra experience points, Dryzalizer only made Gilgamesh run away. So over time that'll add up. Dryzalizer will probably be a few levels behind for a little bit longer at those fights there. Here's the anti-barrier, so we're halfway to Exodus Castle. So looking at Crescent, we have 3 shops here unique. So things are I mean, the inventory, the things you can't throw, things you can't equip, things you're not going to use. Sell them. It's Gil. I try to the Tycoon Meteor. I mean, meteors don't have any kind of end game reward, but they're still worth experience points. And they still give rewards. Nice Ifrit. Haze Ifrit to go away. Jakol has 2 unique shops. The armor and weapon shop here are unique. I got a sleep store down there. I'd buy that if I were me, but that's just me. Dryzalizer has gained some levels, a little stronger. Go to World 2. Go to Rigor, so go to Rigor, check their item shops, and we'll get that hint. First Dryz knows that the hard way, so hitting not really worth that time around. And Zman now has a library. It also has the Infest Fire. You can do the entire library in one pass. A little change here where Z-Man is keeping his chemist on and is learning some abilities for chemists. Whereas Dryzalizer learned Mix early on and is going full ninja now. So Dryzalizer has a much more offensive power in his party. Z-Man has a dancer, but no dancing gear. So dance is unique. We have 4 effects. You can confuse an enemy, you can steal HP, steal MP, or do the sword dance and just whack them for 4 times your attack power. Certain items in the game, red shoes, rainbow suit, lamia, tiara, modify that so your tempting tango, which confuses or charms, makes it into another sword dance. So instead of doing a big hit every 4 dances, you have a 50-50 shot doing a big hit. So dancer with one of those gear items and a really strong dagger, or a really strong weapon by equipment, can do a maximum damage pretty reliably. It's on the mercy of RNG though. Z-Man's gambling on that extra big hit every now and then. Dryzalizer going to raid the Kusar Castle one more time. Mostly for Gil, I think. We got some important items that are maybe used for later on use. I think we saw Element Staff that can be used to boost summons and match attacks later. But probably just grabbing things that are worth a lot of money. I imagine the summons too. If I was there, I'd be grabbing Bahamut and Leviathan just to have in my back pocket. Alright, Dryzalizer making the Catapult play. So normally you go here to activate the series events with the Earth Shrine and the Earth Crystal. Basically, you got a boss fight here, and then you got a meteor up here afterwards. So you have 2 checks here that get opened up. There's a free nap spot. So if you're hurting for MP or HP or beat up, you can go to the beds down south and get a free rest. And down finds Odin, so Z-Man basically almost done with the entire library already. Ooh, Z-Man actually getting sleep off on Odin. So Odin's actually not really dangerous right there for Z-Man. But the dancer will not dance. The dancer will tempt, will steal HP, will steal MP. Not do the big hit. Meanwhile, Dryzalizer finds Megisa and the big bridge key. There's a power ring. Nothing major there. Dryzalizer now going to the forest. As scripted, Lena is poisoned by facing Megisa. So if you fight the North Mountain Spot or Megisa, Lena becomes poisoned. Because that's what Lena does. Alright, both racers have got on the Black Chocobo spot, gotten our treasures. Alright, we'll see Z-Man do a full raid here. So Z-Man is currently getting a lot of treasure. There's a few chests there. Z-Man picking and choosing his loot here. I'm going to go steamship and grab a few things here and there. Tries to go down Crescent as well, so kind of following Z's path here now. A little bit after the way, so both the racers have kind of done the same things, just kind of in a backwards order. Alright, roll to the Dryzalizer. I'm thinking Big Bridge Keys are our next check. Ooh, nope. He's fooling me. We're going to Sergey. Z-Man heading to the boss here. So we've seen a few nasty bosses. We've seen Minotaur, which later in the game can be really dangerous. So that's out of the picture now. A few bosses remain there, kind of be a pain in the neck. Titania. Carmichael is dangerous. Necrophobes in certain spots can be bad news. So Stalker here is dangerous, but... Oh, whiffs! Oh, gets the 4 times attack and misses. Bigger than Ninja though, so Ninja pays back in spades. And Sleep Sword. Dryzalizer did the first pass, the treasure in the back. Got the hint. Now head back to the shop here. Nardia! Welcome aboard. Not sure firing. Stalker usually, you don't really miss sword dances. Like, they kind of just hit. So I'm wondering what weapon Faris has equipped that Stalker ignores. I know Stalker absorbs water, but I don't think they have water daggers out there. Alrighty. I'm gonna park it here. Go down to Kelb. Z-Man finishing up the steamship. Out to Karnak. Probably the same thing where Z-Man's going to raid those chests till he finds the 3 chests that have monsters, the big rewards, and then probably leave. Bridge areas have no key value, which means the big bridge and the shrine have no actual endgame value. Earth, huh? Let's see. I'll keep tabs on Z-Man's stuff and verify what Faris has equipped. Dryzalizer do some shopping here. Or more selling than shopping. Yeah, I suppose it was like a sleep dagger. No, sleep works. Yeah, frog dagger or a stone dagger. Yeah, so weapons that have this ability, if you hit a boss with a weapon you can't really hurt them with, because they ignore, they will just ignore the damage entirely. You'll miss by default. So you're doing a full raid here. The far chests on the outside. Dryzalizer Conjure, which is tempting because it lets you summon things at random. But if you have weaker summons, it kind of deletes the pool a bit. Alright, tries to do a lot of shopping here in Kelb. Escapes. Going south. Alright, in the Valcastle spot. So, Dryzalizer a few levels behind Z. Let's see. The Mal boss is pretty simple. It was Minotaur. Actually, no, Minotaur was the end of Karnak. Wing Raptor, that's right. The first boss. Wing Raptor's not really bad here. We have Wing Raptor on the Bahama spot. So Wing Raptor for the first boss of the game actually ignores most of the chief stuff. You can't petrify it. You can't do a lot of tricks to it. You can confuse it. You can kill it with a death spell, but just death. Like, it ignores Odin, it ignores Shoat. You have to actually cast death on it to kill it. Or use death potion with Nyx. Tries to write some notes down. We know that the Big Bridge Key is not going to give it an endgame reward. But nope, it's has to go elsewhere. Probably use a Here You Call. Nope, where are we going? Ah yes, tries to do the waterway yet. Zman finds the Minotaurus, but a little tougher. Zman has better gear and better stats. But someone's dying to Holy here. Farewell, Bartz. The Mirage radar. So again, it's World 3, a big payoff, big shopping, and access to the Bahama spot. And 2 more hints. Alright, so I find Shoat, which Z saw and said, no thank you. What will Dryzalizer do? Final option, we know that every attack is a counterattack, so you have to make your hits count. Nope. Not worth it. Yeah, Shoat makes you fall behind really badly, so when you fight Shoat, it's a matter of you're going to fight Shoat, and if you attack once or twice, most of the ways to gimmick damage, X fight, multiple hits, it's a counterattack twice. So you fall behind really fast. If you have 2 people die from being petrified, and the third person is killed by a drain or killed by a counterattack, then you're by yourself. You have to catch up. So while every time the boss goes, you go as well. If I'm wasting my time casting healing spells versus hitting the boss, it takes time. And remind you all, this is a race. So time is of the essence. Z-Man doing the catapult check. We'll find the Gisa. We'll push her overboard. And over the last meteor, which we know is useless. The meteors don't have any endgame rewards. Might fight it regardless of the level, just to get the reward and the experience points. We'll see. Tries down the Hiryu Valley after Z-Man. So Z came here first to loot the treasure. Dryzalizer out here at level, possibly to go here and beat this. Alright, so we're running out of spots to check. So we have no Elder Branch yet, we can't get to the forest. We have access to the basement of Exodus Castle at the end of air. We go to the first boss in Exodus Castle. But outside of that, well, there's a huge value. So we have the fleet, check out Zaza's fleet. We have the basement of Exodus Castle, Hiryu Valley, and you have the waterway, which you're both afraid to fight. Shoat may be blocking something important. So you go to Karnak to go shopping. Now we beat the escape. Karnak is a third extra shop. Extra shopkeeper appears in the weapon shop, and also the treasure on the outside is available. The flames vanish. So you can walk to the last barrel on the crenellations there. Dryzalizer going to save and let's get our Hiryu Valley boss. Hiryu Valley is a little dangerous. The boss has a lot of HP. It's a little tougher spot than usual. The Battle Castle is a very easy kill. It's very soft, very weak. Big Bridge, not that dangerous. Hiryu Valley is a little stronger than other spots we've seen before. It's Lena's job to be poisoned. Just if you're fighting at a poison spot or against a boss, maybe Gisa, Lena will just get poisoned because Lena just does that. a panda on top of the Huey Valley, which can be dangerous. A panda counterattacks a lot, and counterattacks can be for safety or they can be drain attacks. I thought about it, but didn't fight back. He's gonna find his carbuncle down below. So Panda's basic abilities are just simply, you know, status effects and nothing crazy. But we'll cast Drain. It's a very frequent counterattack. And Drain hits really hard in this game. Drain is not limited by your level, not limited by your HP. It just does a set amount of damage to you, and it really hurts. Thankfully, the enemies are doing 2 grand per attack with the flame scrolls, so we're outpacing the Drain by a good margin. Carbuncle is dangerous because Carbuncle hits really hard, and then has the one, like, you know, every 3 big attack spells, and then does a little phase where it heals itself, loses reflect, and becomes vulnerable to instant kill effects, weak to all elements. So you basically survive until it gets weak, and then kill it really fast. Alright, Kick Out races the Drain effects, gets past the Panda. So he had mix available. Z could have used once Carbuncle goes to weakness phase, there's nothing option for a death potion there. Dryzalizer finds the 3rd tablet on top of Fury Valley. Alright, there's Kirby's weak phase. Now's your chance. But I don't think Z has any kind of death attacks. Raw damage. Kills the beast. A submarine key. So access to the Fork Tower. I think we're okay with that. I think we're playing the same seed. I've seen the rewards go through pretty smoothly, so nothing too weird. Z-Man gets access to a few more checks. We have the submarine check now in World 2, and in World 3 we have the Underwater Walls Tower. We have the Great Trench available if you find that page, open it up. So submarine opens up a few spots here. Also the waterfall, which we know we have at the page already. So Z-Man has a few options now to check. Alright, Z wants to fight Shode again. We're going back and taking care of our favorite dragon. Dryzalizer has gotten the 3rd tablet off the Huey Valley. It's pondering, maybe I'll fight? No. Never mind. Let's go to Moore instead. No, it's not going to Moore. It's a silly place. He wants to check out the Brave Blade check. So we'll see the 2 treasure chests, Brave Blade and Chicken Knife, which we know are Mime and White Suit. Alright, Z-Man still has no softs, so being turned to stone is have a problem. There! I'll take it back. We gotta be careful with them, because now you've hit it twice. It's gonna soft, it's gonna... Ooh. Petrifies Lena, you're gonna be in trouble. You never fall behind. So ninjas hit twice, which is usually good, but when you're dying, or you have counterattacking enemy, they respawn twice. Not yet fiery. We know what defense have we used already? There's a lot of barren hits. We had the barren bridges and the barren desert, so we know a lot of things can't be certain places, and barren meteors as well. Oh, and the fight's over. Shoat again. Counterattacks are dangerous in this game. Shoat, Minotaur, and Galura, they're prone to counterattack, and they punish you greatly. Bahamut as well can counterattack a bit, and Leviathan also does it as well. So being able to respond and return to your actions really adds up in a hurry. Right, heading down south, we're going to go to the basement, find Carbuncle. Zman's going to go to the Barrier Tower. We're still racking that one chemist. He must revive. We're still racking that chemist. Chemists are pretty weak overall. They have pretty bad stats. The abilities are strong. Mix obviously you can break the game in half. And revive is just nice to have. Like, oh yeah, by the way, all death never happened. Yeah, it's a big thing with this settings here. The big change from our normal settings to this race is that we've halved your experience points. So right now, normally Z-Man would be like level 25, 26. You know, have 1,000 hit points. If you just stroll around like, yep, I don't care. Do what you want to do. Ooh, he's got a Mimic somewhere. So he's going to try and build a bear. This here, Galoof. Mimics are fun. They have, you choose your abilities. You have Mimic on top of there, so you can choose to do anything. You can fight, you can item, you can magic. Any ability you have, you can stick on there. You get 3 slots. So Mimics get a lot of extra abilities. Alright, you're going to find the Red Dragon, which is undead, for reasons unknown. That's what's in the party, which is dead. There we go. So Dryzalizer had access to summon 3. And can summon Shoat. So once Carbuncle went to the weak phase, petrify it. Carbuncle is very strong otherwise, but every 4 spells, again, all elements become double damage, and basically all elements get affected. Stone, sleep, stop, death, all things count. So Carbuncle is kind of the training ground for Quintania, which is kind of the same feature going on. Quintania has 5 rounds of combat, then does Giga Flare, but before Giga Flare it becomes very soft. So you're able to kill it off that way. Z wants more. Finds 2 yellow dragons instead. Alright, Z's got underwater and is taking on the tower. Dryzalizer is going above water and taking on the boat. There's a fleet. We're seeing our divergence now. Our racers are trying to find out, with my power and my abilities and my limited experience points, what do I think I can fight? What can I do? Cue the big bridge. Alright, see again, probably just too soft here. Yeah, that knife would be good. Deathclaw knife would do work. Yellow dragons are not heavy, despite being the size of the screen. They're not heavy monsters. They do die to death attacks. They're petrified. They definitely are soft against the more powerful abilities. And both the first chests are cursed. Both chests have guardians. Ooh, I think he's getting an ice brand in his back pocket because he just... And nuked again. Order scroll. Whack. Nope. Ah, Conductor. That's almost in Kidu at the Go 3 spot, so kind of a very bizarre Madagascar vanilla. Like 6 degrees of separation from vanilla. Alright, Dryzalizer gets that taken care of. No rewards, it seems. Just, another boss. 2 experience points. Z is giving up the treasures. There's just to find. I will find those chests and get those treasures instead. Yeah, Gold Hairpin strong. So later on in the game, if you have a big summons, big magic spells you want to cast, get time and quick going. Hairpin's almost a must, especially for time and quick tricks. Also, you sell it for 150,000 gil, so it's also money. Well, 15,000 gil, you know, same thing. Just bonus 0. As you bring class out and finds Rama. Bam! Alright, so the summons are usually pretty, you get them early in the game. They're World 1 bosses, they're softer, they're pretty easy to kill. Mid-game, end-game, they get abilities. They hit hard, they hit fast, they have evasion, they can ambush you. No, the summons are no joke later on. They're vulnerable to death spells usually. You can usually kill them with a death spell. But they're very powerful. Ra's broken. What says on the label. Dryzalizer going for another round against the shoot. So we're not going to be killed in instant death, but cannot be petrified. Nope. Not going to work. This is going to be too weak for this tower. The boss chests and the boss proper are very powerful. That's a very high HP spot too. Yes, Miria, for this week's settings, the one setting change is the half experience points. The other change is to balance that. We've given them the elemental and spell weapons, which have random abilities attached to them. There we go. Time magic. So, wall ring on Z is tricky, but we have no Z missed. Okay, Z had the right idea. No, quick mix, use death potion. Unfortunately, mixes always aim at you first, so I may have force fed my own person a Dark Nova before. That does happen. There's not the charm. Alright. Preventive. Zygo ambush this time. There it is. Alright, Rama dies, does a little speech. Ah, we have stop. So Shoat will break out of stop very fast, but while stopped, it will not actually, counterattack. There we go. Shoat goes down. For a Psych Rod. Not worth the trouble. Good experience points, but no payoff. Ooh, Z found the bracelet off that fight there. So Z-Man struggles in the tower rewarded with the endgame item. Dryzalizer right behind now. Z-Man going to go to exit castle and access the proper castle. The castle has very good loot, so you might be seeing Z get every chest here because big time items, powerful spells, abilities. Lots of classes sometimes you find here, like new classes. Big stuff. Alright, Yoshibo. You'll find a hunter or a equipped bow, so you make a bowzerker. Everyone's bowzerker. already. So Dryzalizer is going to attempt to climb as well. Also going to fight the bosses here. So be careful, Z is weak from the walking the lava. Miss again. Because that better. Not for experience points, but there we go. Doom! And Gil. Good. Doom's good to have. A lot of bosses die to it pretty easily. A little bit of crystals. A few of the endgame bosses are susceptible to it in certain spots. So it's good to have once you find Black 6. I guess Mirror, the monster boxes are moved. If they exist, they are somewhere in the dungeon in question. They could be in the same spot, they could be elsewhere, but they can't be outside. Like the 2 chests in Fork Tower, the first chest on the bottom, and then the one on the left side in like floor 7 have the monsters. In this case, they're both on the first 2 chests, they're not both monsters. Are you going to save now? Make sure your energy and save here. Check out the bosses. We have down below, we have a boss on the teleporters, and on the next floor we have a boss in the Gilgamesh 4 spot. So 2 bosses await you. Speed, 8,000 gil. And Crumble's spot. It's omniscient! Whom Z cannot fight. Not at all, because Omniscient says, hit me with magic or I start the fight over. Spot me left alone for now. Come back to that if we have to. Rogue Mage wins again. Deal with the chest there, which triggers the Gilgamesh 4 fight. And this boss, Archaeavis. It's been annoying and slow, but it won't be dangerous. So you have to be careful though, because later on in the fight, those things will heal Archaeavis. So as Archaeavis changes abilities and weaknesses, having fire on those effects might be a bad idea. Alright, Dryzalizer about 7 floors behind. A different loadout. So Dryzalizer has also all physical attack power. So we'll probably do the same thing as Z. We'll see Carbuncle, see Omniscient, say crap, hit reset. Then we'll probably fight Archaeavis the same way. And they're both trying to fill with X-Death. They're both kind of soft. Both these parties are very squishy. X-Death might be a problem for both of them. So X-Death, the boss here of the Titan Castle, guards wall 3. 30,000 hit points. First phase, does a lot of blue magic stuff, a lot of weird things here and there. Moves around your party a lot, dispels magic on being fought. Phase 2 is when he's just going under half health, starts doing double activations, vacuum wave, level 3 spells. Does a lot of damage in a hurry. It's really a matter of getting him down to the second phase, because the phase 1 get dangerous. After a few attacks, he'll start using like zombie breath and things that can do massive damage that you really can't protect against. So you get to break him down to the second phase pretty fast, but then once you're in phase 2, you gotta fight him even faster because you can do 2 attacks per round. So Ace is a very strong mid-game boss to deal with. He gets holy and can be slowed down and a little too old if you want to try and soften up some of his blows. Blaze is rough because Blaze causes bleed out, so as these parties will be taking damage constantly. Dryzalizer actually checking all chests first. All chests check now. Might not affect the bosses yet. Might go right to X Death. We'll see what happens. Nope, we're going back down to the Carby spot. Prepare for resets. Takes one look at it and says, that rug is far too garish. I'm leaving. Now, what are our options? Can we actually kill? Can we actually kill Omniscient? Let's see. The answer is probably no. The Magic Sword, do we have? No, no Magic Sword. Never got Magic Sword at all, so I believe Dryzalizer bought Mute Sword somewhere, but never actually got the ability to use it. Zman resets, fights Archivist for a while and realizes I just can't do enough damage. Dryzalizer's now caught up, however, we'll be heading over this way as well. So, the 4 ninjas do more damage output. Z-Man's changed over a bit, but seems to have weaker attacks. I don't know if they're weapons or what's going on here, but Farrah's weapon has an element on that that's causing problems. He's casting Earthwall. So you might try the legendary Berserk the Omniscient and see what happens. Rogue Mage mad. Rogue Mage smash. Omniscient also has default shell and armor, so it takes half damage from all your attacks and has regen by default. And when angry, hits like a truck. Let's see, we're boosting levels here. So what's the plan for Dryzalizer? How are we getting past this boss? This goal is basing your level for in terms of how much protection it gives you. Actually, it's very impressive that Golem is surviving 2 hits from Omniscient at this point. No, never mind. Yeah, it's gone now. So, yeah. So Golem around is required, otherwise you will eat dirt. Dryzalizer, meanwhile, is grinding away Archives. These fights are interesting. Dryzalizer trying to grind past Archive's abilities. Archives changes. It has 4 phases in the fight, so every time you get to a new phase, weaknesses change, abilities change, level changes, attack powers change. And Omniscient has been a little crazy because Omniscient, when berserked, as you see, hits for a whole ton of damage, and basically cannot be stopped except by Golem. So Z needs to grind through Omniscient's HP before Golem runs out of big casts, because that MP does not last forever. When you're dancing down, you're doing less damage now. Alright, so we're raising levels now. So with the stance and power, kind of a preview for the end game. You raise level artificially, so now you're getting 10 levels per stance and power. And the game's math's based upon your level a lot. So your damage rolls, your ability proccing, your ability to do things to bosses is based upon your level versus their level sometimes. So the higher your level, the more you can do. It'll be guild toss. Alright, so the dancer is not cooperating. He wants to he wants to dance and do big hits. And Ferris wants to just take 40 MP. Alright, there's the last phase of Archaevis. Oop, that's bad news. Can't some roll, your summer's dead. Old man's back up. Archaevis goes down. Big win for Dryzalizer there. 4th tablet. Archaevis required. Dryzalizer is officially in go mode. Has all 4 tablets and has the ways to get to X-Death. Z-Man's fighting here for naught, unfortunately. Alright, so Dryzalizer, once he beats X-Death here in the castle, will have access to roll 3 and can get to all the void. The void's open at the get-go. If you get to the void beforehand, you can go in there as far as you can. But the first door is blocked by tablet 1. The cave door is blocked by tablet 2. I believe tablet 3 stops at the interdimensional castle. And then tablet 4 stops at the throne room, or the throne door to the interdimensional castle. So you can get into the void early on and find some treasure chests and get some steel stuff. You can't get the whole thing with all 4 tablets. Alright, Z-Man grinds down mission. Takes down the Rug Mage. For the trench page, which currently is going to be a little bit of red herring. Z does not have tablet 3 yet either, so Z did not find the tablet that Dry's had already. Dry's a little squishy. We're going to try and sneak past X-Death here. We're going to try and do maximum damage and get past... No, X-Death, if you win with one person, you still win. So your goal is to do damage as fast as you can, take him down. Golden Slot hits pretty hard, and Vacuum Wave is really dangerous. Yes, tablet 3 is the huge spot. I think the other knife that Ferris has there is the Bio Knife, so poison does not affect X-Death. Retooling the fight. Archaevis, I believe. Also taking time to boost the levels of Ferris. Readjusting. You gotta be careful. X-Death starts doing bigger hits now. So once you've done the first few phases, like, oh, condemn one person, move around a little bit, play some chess. Alright, now I'm casting Earthshaker. Now I'm casting Zombie Breath. Now I'm casting all kinds of terrible stuff. So, there we go. You see the level boosting happening. So, Ferris thinks a lot harder now. The level boosts. Levels go up to 255. Kiss the Blessing. Angry Ninja. Kiss the Blessing gives you Haste, Image, and Berserk. Z-Man right behind, but Z-Man going to skip the RKOS fight. Dryzalizer relying on an angry Ferris to take care of business. Let's see Z-Man's plan. Same idea. Angry ninjas. I know Z-Man's fought it for had the fight and gave up. Z-Man is not going to hear Val yet and has not fought RKOS. So Z-Man is currently behind 2 checks. Exit down in a heap. There's a go mode and has access to World 3. Probably go to Mirage, do some shopping, do some selling, and head down to the Void, I imagine. Yes, Z-Man is currently at the mercy of the Void being really nasty. Alright, Z-Man can't seem to get the thing rolling. Sword Dance not working out too well. And Spell Penance Marks. I think Z-Man was berserked, but the spell took care of business up there. So I'm going to go to Kuzar and grab all the items to sell them. Let's grab all our stuff and make some money. So you're trying to find ways to sneak past. What can I do next death? What other tricks do I have here? Yep, try to grab all the stuff. The full 12 in Kuzar. So I'm trying to grind past X-Death here. And all Prox Ninja, I'm getting big hits from Meteor, from Flare. Spell. Yep, got him again. Mad again. Alright. Ferris will not do the sword dance. Ferris is going shopping. Welcome to Mirage. All the stores you can possibly imagine. Big endgame items available for you. So most of our stuff here, our endgame goal is probably to mix and gil toss. To make that work effectively, you want to have at least 150,000 gil, if I recall. That's for X-Death though. To deal with other bosses, if you're using X-Death or mix for other bosses, you need more gil. There's Slash, another instant kill ability. Magic Sword 4, very good to use your Magic Sword abilities on. Tempting the Exo Knife, but I don't think it's going to be bought. Yeah, maybe one. Alright, so even on phase 2 of X-Death now, we're seeing the big hits. Golem is good defense, but can only withstand so much damage. And actually that hits hard enough to break it down in 2 or 3 swings. Oh, it's night 2, huh? Alright. Going back up. So Z-Man's safe from physical attacks for another 2 or 3 hits. There's one. The whole answer is a big deal. As you're now doing the same strat, we're going to boost up our ninja. So we are raged and leveled up. Big swings. Gotta be careful though, because we know that we have only 3 targets now, so with Varus down. Ooh, lucky shot there. Actually bouncing back and doing some extra damage. Both of me finds his mark. gotta be careful, because the party is now open to being overwhelmed. Never mind, gets the kill. Zman takes down XDef. 5 minutes after the Dryzalizer. Does not have the 2 tablets. Needs to kill Archivist. Needs to kill the Hiri Valley. What was that? Was that a Abductor? Something easy in Hiri Valley. The Panda, that's right. It wasn't too easy, but with all the ninjas, you had to follow flame scrolls, so it became just a grind fest. Because he has Mirage radar, so he's trying to go to Mirage and try and power up. So buying all the goodies, buying Odin, buying Big Guard, buying Bolt 3, buying Bolt 3 Sword. So Dryz might not be doing field toss anymore, because we were buying a lot of stuff here. One nice shot for Dryzalizer. Buy a Summoner, buy his Bard, why not? And we're out of here. So, net loss of 120,000 gil. And right behind, also doing shopping. And when Summer has the Kai's Knuckles, so Summer has got the big beefy swings. Might want to fix that. But hey, more power to you. Yep, so now with the Summoner available, we can look into a summoning endgame, which is going to be protection from death attacks, level boosting, elemental boosting, and then doing multiple Leviathans, Sildras, etc. to do big boost damage. We're going to the void. Check our stuff here. Dryzalizer wants to make sure they have the party all established. Again, we're seeing a really wide-based party here. So Dryzalizer has 4 different classes, different abilities, kind of all-comers take. So whenever a boss shows up, you have a chance to fight and kill. Especially the first boss is about halfway through the void, so you have to walk quite a while to get there. If the boss in the forest area kills you, you need to go from outside and come back in. So it takes time. Alright, see, man, shopping in Mirage still. A lot of selling, a lot of buying. So still going around, getting stuff. So Professor wants to get the treasure here. So you can get abilities, you might find blue magic, you might find level 5, which is good for the 3 spells. So if you find a boss that you hit with level 3 spells, that'd be nice. Legacy staff found there will be just free revives for having a staff in your hand. So very powerful items in the void here. The back of Lockdown Mirage. The forest. X magic. Good news there. So we're lacking any kind of magic classes until now, so. Oh, bone mail. Everyone's favorite. Swintania. So here's the 5 rounds of combat, and then cast a kill spell. Easier said than done. More Chocobo action. Hooray! Zman's gone shopping at Mirage. And Well, now I'll figure out where am I going next. Holy sword on the Magic Knight. Atomic Ray is dangerous. Not as terrifying as Snowstorm, but probably just in one-shot kill mode now. You gotta be careful. My blast causing some bleed out, so we're taking damage over time. One more attack, we'll be ready for the Giga phase. Anyway, Kuzar now, we're gonna cash in some more tablets. Or more tablet in his case. Alright, see the changeover of phases. And petrified. Down goes Britannia. So again, Britannia the Carbuncle has the attack phase, and the soft weak phase before a big attack afterwards. So you can survive the fight and then do any kind of instant kill effect to win the fight at the end there. Ooh, it's quick. It doesn't have level 6. Doesn't have level 6 time magic. Blue Mage Crystal. Because depending on the boss you see, it might be important. Ah yes, we have Time Mage. So excellent. What that the other place there. So Time Mage now has Quick, which is gets you 2 actions for 1. So we play catch up. You know, I see Blue Mage in this cave a lot. I feel like I've always seen Blue or Blue Mage in this cave 4 out of 5 times. It's just always hanging around here. Alright, where's he going? We know from our experience where the items are. What's he gonna try? You know, the Great Trench. He wants to go underground to find more hints, more shops. It's Greg 3. Gomez 3 can be killed by instant kill spells, so we'll see if we can get. Dark Shot, very good. A little shred, so Gomez 3 can be killed instantly, but you need to roll the effect on the Odin spell. X-Zone could work. Alright, we'll time shenanigans here. Here goes Enkidu. White Wind being cast by Enkidu kills you for your maximum HP of the caster, or current HP of the caster. Both of them are over 10,000 HP minimum. So I'm not making contact. There we go. Zman find the sandworm, which is an annoying fight. Sandworm keeps moving around the map, If you hit Sandworm, you do damage. If you hit a hole, you get hit by dummy or quarter, depending on what spot the boss is at. You occasionally cast quicksand to hit your HP and do some damage. Just shoot to blow up with Mega Flare. Medium, but no contact. Alright, so it goes down. Going to go to the Great Trench. So Zman's going to go down here, get some treasures, get a few more hints, and 2 more shops available as well. On the boss stand as well if you want to try. We know they're not going to reward Z-Man for anything here, but without those hints, Z-Man does not know. The Fury Valley with the Panda, and the Arc of Evaeus in X Castle are your tickets to the end of the game. Ooh, magic lamp is found. Could be handy for the last fight. Level 5 Doom Katana. Alright, it's a free boss. Behold, Deathclaw, or Ironclaw, who used Deathclaw, and his trio of scared puppies. Alright, I'm gonna head out. Does it. Bye bye. Boss is done. Alright. See if we open up the Apocalypse spot. Let's find Catastrophe. Hello, Catastrophe. Who are you today? It's Carl. Carl's not really dangerous. Carl's a very basic combat fighter, but like a Wing Raptor, immune to a lot of death effects. Yes, Fiery. We have all the tools available to mess around things. We can mix, we can Dark Shock, we can hold. We just can't use level 5 Doom. But it's a katana though, so we can't actually guarantee it's gonna work. And nobody can actually wear the stupid thing. So nobody in this party can actually swing the katana. I'll cook my lobsters with meteors. If you're cooking, Z-Man is running around in lava. No Timmy yet, no. It'd be kind of funny if Timmy was at the container spot and we had the level 5 Doom Void. Gonna find triplets, we'll find Gilgamesh 4. Z-Ponder's options. Goodbye, Carl. Alright, we got 2 bosses left. We have our spot for Halicarnassus and Fontania. Dryzalizer is the other last chest here. We have the chest across the way. That's about 5 rooms apart. Nope. Right for the boss. Helicarnassus is go! Alright folks, time for drink break. It's go. Mid boss. You have 2 choices. Kill Go immediately and end this trade, or do nothing for 3 minutes until Go goes away and says, "You did a good job. You moved me. Enjoy your reward." Nothing in between. If you hit Go and don't kill Go goes mad and casts Meteor. A lot. So now you gotta wait. That's it. It's a free boss. Zman goes to the end of the exit, or the go before fight. Goes to the end of the speech. I'm not sure they're all fun. I really don't think so. Alright, let's change to the Mighty Gilgamesh. Earthfall applied. Swinging the Excalibur. Actually, we'll throw him to the void. The fight will be over for Z-Man. And Go quits. You have mimed. Watching paint dry. Yeah, we're currently like 20 levels too low. No really abilities. We can't really heal ourselves. If you fought Go properly in this situation, you'd be erased when you get a fight. Goodbye, Go. Silence. More X zones. No. Today's race watched by X Zone. How many kill spell we've seen so far? Alright, so also down first Dryzalizer is Twintania and Neo XF. Twintania is the Guardians. Guardians can be scary, but they are killable. It's really fast. That golem probably just expired. Big guard's a big deal. Get him whole price safe, get him float, and get him shell. Wow! They'll take down 3 at one slash. Good job. Yeah, the spot with the increased stats and the evasion might not be able to be true edge, we'll find out. Z-Man's back to the Fury Valley. Interesting. Well then. Yeah, bad luck then. Alright, so one rock tension between Dryzalizer and Neo XF. Z-Man fights the Panda on Fury Valley. Do the hard way. Sort of slowly throws. There we go. There's the true edge. Odin finally should do the damage. Probably come back and save one more time, just because that fight could be. That slash is a real boon. That slash should have been nothing. So good work by Gilif to take out most of that fight by himself. Meanwhile, it's throwing out Meteos at Panda. Panda goes down. Alright, Dryzalizer heading back to the same spot. Once you get ready for the end game fight. Bone Mail. So Bone Mail is great defense, ignores petrification, ignores a lot of effects, but you can't be healed, and healing actually hurts you, it makes you undead basically. So once you die with Bone Mail on, you stay dead. And because it's the best available equipment, because it's the highest armor, it always wants to get equipped to you. So we head back to exit the castle. We know the hint says the boss here has to have Path the Void. So you know that the fight is not here done yet. We've done done Omniscient. We got a reward for it. So Archivist has to be our fight. Alright, we approach our endgame fight as I'll get the last few things set up. We thank Gin for all watching, and thank Keyless in the background for the tracking. Again, if you're in the chat there, you can check out our Discords here. You got the SpeedGaming Discords, see what's going on there. As well as the FF5 Creative Discord to get a hold of ourselves, see the strategies. Check out our tournament and our settings. You're free to grab our tournament list and see the different weeks we had. And see the 8 or 9 game modes we have in mind. We have Bingo, we had Word Job Fiesta style, this thing, the standard stuff. Spoilers are fun where you get the spoiler and you get to look it up for your race and try and plan out where you're going. So all kinds of options to play the game. Dryzalizer wants all that treasure. Give me that loot. Zman re-engages the Archaeibus. Literally Omni-Killer Spear. Phobes, so no save point, and we're skipping the portal boss, so no endgame secret boss. Hello, Ted. Here's Tree XF. Omni Killer means that it always affects every enemy type. Like the Dragon Kill Whip hits dragons harder, Armor's Bow hits beasts harder. Omni Killer actually says, oh, if you exist, you are hit harder. Your city step here as Dryzalizer puts on Lifeguard, which effectively blocks White Hole. Because White Hole is an instant kill attack that petrifies you. So if you cannot die instantly, you cannot be hit by it. There's Big Guard. So boost now. So if we mimic, we just simply constantly boost levels. Every mimicking now is 10 levels higher. Alright, Zman takes down Archaevis. Now has the truth, realizes that all 4 tabs are there, and probably that I'm in trouble, because I came back for that 10 minutes after the fact. So, I'm probably behind right now. Boosting continue to round flus. Cruising. R4L. Alright, so why boost never levels? So, our levels go higher, our Guild Toss does more damage. That being said, I don't know if we have enough Guild for Guild Toss to be effective. Yep, Z-Man a little bit behind, as Dryzalizer is fighting the last boss, while Z-Man is trying to go to the last boss's house. Yeah, I think somebody's the way to go, because I know we were missing money. There's a hint before in Mirage that said, you know, Exodus Castle is Path to the Void, which means one of the bosses there had either a tablet or an item to get to the end of the game. There's Element of Power. So Element of Power now are boosts to our summon abilities. So we now can summon, do big damage to our summon spells. Alright, Guild Toss ahoy! The opening salvo. Whack! That's still not being traveled with. Better be careful. We got weird times here. I think Dry's realized that they are now in a little bit of trouble because they cannot cast their giant summons right now. Z-Man doing some shopping, selling. Dry's will try and sneak past his X-Death, as we now know that perhaps Plan A is not going to work. We will see if they can sneak past Plan B. Just pick up a god for you to do this read off. Anyhow, enter Amano. into the void. Mega Flare. Big wave. Shred will take you out the Almagus portion. Alright. Oh, here we go. Death by math. Plan B. See if these players can do enough damage fast enough. So you head into the first boss of the void. That's not good. Sounds good to me. That should do it. There we go. Alright. Plan B works. Start forgetting how to cast summon spells. Dryzalizer has done Death by Math. FFV Flare. To the new XF. The time of 156.55. Past there. A plan of mine totally ripped on the lack of summon before. Still pull out of the back pocket. Because mime is stupid. You do anything you want to with Mimic. If one character solves your problem, all your characters solve your problem. Ooh, Zman gets flared up. So continue. Gets the attack off. And Zman has forfeited the race, seeing that Dryzalizer is done, and having been wasted by Twintania. So, good work by Z. A little bad luck. You're gonna get that first boss fight in Archaevis to work out. Fought hard and killed Omniscient with a really hard battle. But, wrong boss killed in the Exodus Castle. Alrighty. So, those watching, I thank you all for enjoying yourselves. We have our racers coming for some commentary in a moment. Here we go. There's Dryzalizer, our winner. Good job, Dryzalizer. Congratulations.
GG's to Z-Man. That was a pretty wild seed.
Yes, good job on very quickly realizing you had a plan B in your back pocket, because I think you wanted to summon, and then realized, I can't cast Leviathan, can I?
Yeah, I was afraid that I was going to have to redo the final fight because I didn't life shield Ferris, and she was the one who was think could cast Leviathan from learning Summon 5. I don't even know if she got there.
I don't think you got there with the lack of experience points and the AP cut. I don't think you got it. Also here is Z-Man. Z-Man, hard fought battle, especially against Omniscient, but you got the wrong boss to take down in that castle.
Yeah, it was. GG Drive, really well played. Like I just kind of mentioned in chat, as soon as I got those hints to Trench, I knew I was cooked. I knew I was cooked.
The hints
Great Trench
from the
reminds
trench?
you. Yeah, they told you that you were. By the way, the tablets were in Exodus Castle all along.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
two of the
yeah.
hints in the trench were Hear You Valley, Path to the Void, and Exodus Castle, Path to the Void. So I got my hopes up a little bit because I got the trench page out of the Void, or out of Exodus Castle, and I'm like, oh, be here, be here, be here, be here. And then it was a tiara. I'm like, are you kidding me? So I hightailed it back, and I knew I was cooked.
Well, when I saw Omni in Exodus Castle, I reset, I think, looking because I thought I had bought Mute Blade, but I hadn't, and then I just skipped him because he was so bad for my team at the time. So I was like, if I have to come back later, I'll come back later. But then I got fourth tablet, I feel like shortly after or something.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, because Arcuavis was
Arcavis
the next
for
boss.
tablet.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I
right,
actually,
yeah, very next fight.
Yep. So I actually took on Omni the first time. I'm like, nope. But then as I'm taking Arcuavis, I'm like, wait a minute. I have a Berserk staff. So as soon as Arcuavis finished, having his way with me, I went back to Omni and I used the Berserk staff on him, kept Golem up for the most part, and just procced Omni to death with my flare knife and some other knives, and maybe the dancer hit
No.
a sword dance 1 out of every 15 tries.
What was the name of our seed? Something about omniscient. Silly
omniscient.
And it was kind of prophetic. By the way, I have no idea exactly how the seed changed the names for me. Were we using characters that had the same exact names?
No. Z has Z, Rip, Kryl, and Sariza.
Yeah, that's what I had.
Oh, okay then.
That's weird.
I have
How could
no
that have
idea
happened?
how I have no idea how that happened because I didn't put those names in to on the website when I generated the
I didn't
seed. I
put
was
the
like,
names in the website either.
I mean,
where
the character
names?
No,
names.
I did. I put some of the names in the website, but I mean, there's no way that's just odd.
Yeah, so it's a career day seed generator that occasionally gives you names that were not default.
Weird.
Yeah, weird. I was worried that there was a problem, but I kept an eye on the race from chat, and nobody said anything. So
Yeah, no, it was the same hash marks and same everything. Items were found in the right spots, boss in the right spots, so whatever. It was all legit. Just congratulations to Lena being named appropriately.
Maybe that seed had been used before or something. I have no idea how that could have happened.
No idea.
But yeah, felt like I wasn't all that powerful. Like the ninjas do really nice early on, but then they sort of fall off in power, and I had to mix them up to basically one really hard hitter.
Yeah, well, one of the things I was hopeful for is as I was going through the seed, it looked very much like the blade I had on my dancer was holy. It was holy power. So I'm like, okay, so now all I have to do is just hit a sword dance on X-Death a couple of times, and X-Death is dead. Did I hit the sword dance on X-Death? Of course not. But
probably
you're right.
No sword dance item at the time. You were going with 1 in 4 odds.
Yeah. Yep. Did you find javelins anywhere? Because I didn't find any javelins.
Nope. I found a lot of scrolls, so I used some scrolls early, and I found a decent knife in the sealed castle. I think it was
the flare knife.
And I think in this flag set, your power kind of falls off in World 2 unless you get lucky. So beating X-Death I was worried about it. I got it first try, but I was worried. And I like I said, I just mixed a bunch of levels
I did the same thing. I was worried about it, but I had my ninja with a flare knife and a comet knife, which was the 2 best weapons I had. And I just mixed a lot, and by the time X-Death got into his second phase, I was doing like 5,000-6,000 a shot when that's without procs. So that got easier as the fight went on, but you're right, our damage output was absolutely terrible early.
Yeah, not great. I couldn't find very many jobs. I was basically rolling with 4 ninjas with secondary abilities for most of the first half. And I think I found Chemist right away early on, and so I
Yeah.
learned to mix on three people.
Yeah, I learned Mix on 2 because I found Chemist. Where the heck did I find Dancer? Because I found the Dancer
Dancer
crystal. I'm
was
like,
for sale.
Yeah, Dancer
okay,
was, I think,
Early
in
shop.
I want to say it was
Licks,
in
maybe.
either Licks or
Yeah,
I think
that
it was,
could be.
I think it was Licks Magic Shop, if I recall.
I wrote it down. Dancer was in Licks, and I actually hesitated, thinking I might want to buy it, but I did not because of was worried about finding a sword dance item. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
and
randomized. Well, it's
I never found any sword dance item until I got the tiara out of the boss in the trench.
yeah, that's too late.
A little bit. And
You don't want it
point
then.
in time, I switched to Summoner, Time Mage, and 2 Mystic Knights because I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna go steal the Flare sword magic out of the castle, and Meteo and Bahamut, and just go to town.
Well, I will, if it makes you feel any better. I did have a little bit of a rough time at the end because I was short on gold and I was short on the ability to cast high-level summons. So I actually had to I had to give Ned some levels so I could level 3 flare him to death, and I only
Oh.
had 2 people alive at the end.
Oh wow, you didn't. I'm surprised. Oh, you said you were short on Gil. Okay, because I'm gonna say I'm surprised you didn't Gil talk. But because when I had gotten there, I was my plan was to go with 4 mimes and do the hero song and just Gil toss to death if I had gotten there. But yeah, of course you got done. And I didn't feel like, and I didn't feel like dealing with Twintania.
I did have the 4 mimes, and I did do some Gil tossing against a tree. But Ted snuck in a holy and killed one of my people, and actually it turns out that person wasn't as important as I thought. So I had to sort of figure something out on the fly and use the magic lamp and some other things. But I got through it at the end, but it was a little tight.
Good. Well, GG, and now you get to go take on Garlisle. That'll be fun.
Yeah, Garlisle, last year's tournament champion, really good player. I used to have his number in the old days in terms of beating him, but that was before he got good. And now it's all a question of how much are each of us practicing, because I feel like the answer has been not very much for both of us so far. We'll see what happens next week.
Yeah, and I'm a little disappointed I didn't get into next week because next week's flag set looks really fun with the boss kill blackout bingo.
Yep, I've yet to try that flag set. So, but I guess you need to kill 25 bosses, and there's about 50 in the game, so roughly half of them, and you hope that they're in easy spots, something like that. But yeah, it was that'll be interesting. This was, I don't really care for such a high level of randomized weapons, but I'm certainly not, gonna own about it or anything.
Yeah, being honest, as I practiced these flags, I became less and less of a fan of them. It just seemed like in all my practice seeds, I don't know if you saw this too, but it was just, it was hard to deal damage. Because a lot of times you were dependent on weapon procs, and powerful weapons seem to be nowhere to be found in any of my practice seeds. So I just not a big fan of the weapon randomization.
I think the good weapon in this seed was katanas, because they had level 5 Doom katana out there and maybe some other good ones, but I didn't ever get a chance to use them.
I thought they were axes. Because there was
that too.
The elements axe. There was a Meteo axe. I thought they might have been
at
axes.
the very end of the void, you found a level 5 Doom katana, but that was like the rift.
Yeah, that was pretty late. And the axes, I'm not a big fan of axes, but if I had gone like Dancer and actually had an item, the axes can chop really hard.
Oh yeah, if I had found equip axes, it would have been a legit strategy I would have tried. I would have thrown the equip axes on the Dancer, but yeah, never found that either.
That's the kind of thing, I guess, that this flag set encourages, and I actually kind of tend to ignore some of those ideas and just go with other things, and in a lot of ways sort of ignore the There's cool things you can do with the randomized weapons, but I end up ignoring them a lot of the time too. That's all. Like not using them. You get like a Cure 3 sword or something, and yeah, you can attack somebody on your team and heal them to full, and that's like a fun, quirky thing to do. But if in a race setting, I feel like it doesn't really work that well. But it's a good variety. It's the name of the game in this year's tournament, right? Variety every
exactly.
week. Well, right on. I guess I will be doing some commentary tomorrow for another race.
I think it's. I signed up for it too, so I think we might actually be co-commentating that one. We'll see.
Yeah, there's 2 races. I said tomorrow because of my time zone. I guess technically one of them is like 1 a.m. Eastern.
Yep,
that was the one that I signed up for, but I don't know about you.
Oh, I've got the early one then. Okay.
Seawolf, thank you so much. You were solo on this commentary?
Yeah, so here we had Key Last in the background taking our tracking. So, yeah, just letting it roll here.
Well, thanks to you and to Kig and to SpeedGaming for the restream. I hope we can get a little more through on these races going forward, but I also know that a lot of people have had issues. Just life things have come up, so we'll do what we can, but I'm going to try and pitch in when I can on this too.
Definitely think we're all hands on deck, but again, we have a few more matches this week. As we get close to the end, we have fewer and fewer to focus on. So once things get a little more to the nitty gritty, I think we'll have full squads across the board.
All right, well, GG's again to you, Z-Man. I think that's about it for me.
Yeah, GG Dry. Good luck in the next round and the rest of the brackets, and hope you take it to Carlisle next week.
Thank you. I'll give it a try.
All right, good show with both our racers. Again, I want to give my thanks to Kigalots for taking care of our tracking. The restream from SpeedGaming, thank you very much for the prime slot to show off our randomizer. If you're in the chat, you may type in the commands, the FF5 CD, to see our Discord and information for how to run the game and try it for yourself. Also, SpeedGaming also has their own Discord and sites they go through in their little warnings as well. So take care of all the SpeedGaming has to offer for you, between our games and the rest of the games on SpeedGaming channels. And we look forward to seeing this again on here, and also to see everything else SpeedGaming has to offer.